There's a principle at the heart of Western civilization, and it's older than Christianity, and it's older than Judaism, although both Judaism and Christianity developed it to a great degree. It's the idea of the logos. And the logos is also the root word of logic. But logos means something like coherent, interpersonal communication of the truth. And from an archetypal perspective, it's the action of the logos that extracts order from chaos. It's the fundamental proposition of Western culture. And we've lost it, and we will not survive without it.
The West will die without the rebirth of the logos, because the West is that. So with that gone, it's gone. And we've seen what's arisen to replace it. Well, there's fascism, there's communism, and then there's the New Age mess, because it's a mess. And most of it's wish fulfillment and fantasy and inability to, there's creativity in it, but there's no capacity to edit whatsoever. There's no coherence. And so that stuff's so weak that anyone with any commitment can just push it aside. And there's no justification for the Marxism or for the fascism. It's like we already had that experiment.
Could you describe what you mean by the rebirth of the logos then, in that context?
Well, it's part of it is taking voluntary responsibility for the appalling conditions of your life, essentially, that you're a suffering creature that's mortal, right? And that you're the locus of evil, both of those things. And that it's your response, that your life is about responsibility, and it's your responsibility to voluntarily accept that, and then to do what you can about it. Even though it's, in some sense, it's an enterprise doomed to failure in some sense, because you're going to die, and the world is a carnage, a place of carnage. But that you can accept that. And if you can't accept it, then what that means is that you're not integrated enough. Because if you're integrated enough, then you can accept it. It's like the test of the integration. So your character isn't forged sufficiently if you cannot tolerate that. And it's not like it's an easy thing to tolerate. Often what people do is they just don't think about it. They just push it out of their mind. And no wonder. But they pay for that with shallowness and with self-contempt and with the inability to bear suffering nobly, let's say.